I mean, and I didn't want to diminish any of the work that you had done between sort of venturing into tech and your whole journey in the corporate world as an entrepreneur, but I thought it would be just interesting too, because people know now that you're running Spark, so you're over in the Middle East and you have this kind of cool life. You've set up shop, you're reimagining your career, indeed, doing the social marketing, and then somebody offers you an office space in downtown Oshawa. So,
yes.
What was compelling about that?
Okay, so backstory to that. So we had gone to the Middle East to really just be there for about 18 months to 2 years. That was the deal. I made my husband swear on everything I could make him swear on, that it was only going to be for 18 months or 2 years. No, you know what? He was true to his word. And at 18 months, in between 18 months and 2 years, he said, anytime you want to go home, honey, we're ready to go. And I'm like, hells no, I'm having fun. So it kind of shifted. And so he was, busy as the CEO traveling back and forth, because now all of a sudden, Sherry decided she wanted to make home base like forever, Muscat. So he was traveling horrible hours. It was terrible. But anyway, I was selfish and I stuck my feet in and said, I want to stay. So I stayed for a bit, but in the meantime, life was going on, and our children, we have 5 of them between the 2 of us, and they're not young, in spite of what I look like. They were starting to procreate, and by the time we left the Middle East, we had 3 grandchildren. So we'd made the decision to come home. And I actually didn't really know what I was going to do. I was kind of like, well, I guess I'll go home and figure it out. And sort of, the backstory is that Rob had a fella sitting on his audit committee, which happened to sit on the board of Spark, who knew that there was an opening. And they said, oh, the call for applications is going to close like in 3 days. Tell Sherry to put her application in. So I put my application in, and sort of after the fact, because I didn't really have time to do a lot of research in 3 days, I started to do some research, and what I was really, really surprised to find was that Durham region had all this amazing, cool stuff going on. I found all these, you sort of, how what it is like on the internet when you start doing research, you land on a page and then it takes you down this rat hole, you just sort of like keep going. And I started to find all these sort of undercover stories about Durham and what was going on, and I'm like, wow, this is a really cool little area of town that when I was in Toronto, I literally never gave a second's thought to. So I was really excited. And as you know, with any kind of hiring process, it usually goes on much longer than you think. So I was like chomping at the bit. I was like, why aren't they calling? Maybe I'm not got enough of experience to be considered. But eventually, we sorted through that process, and here I am.